Welcome to Cheddar Innovates, brought to you by CuriosityStream. Nearly 1 in 8 women will develop invasive breast cancer over the course of her lifetime, and so innovators are on the hunt for a solution. ProFound AI Risk is the world's first commercially available clinical decision support tool that provides an accurate short-term estimation of a woman's risk of developing breast cancer. Joining us now is Stacey Stevens, president of iCAD. Stacey, thank you for being here. Can you just talk about how ProFound AI Risk works?
Absolutely. Thank you, Alicia, for having me on today. It's a pleasure to be here, especially during Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So as you mentioned in the opening, iCAD has developed the world's first commercially available clinical decision support tool that can accurately assess a woman's short-term risk of developing breast cancer. And the way it works is that it's an algorithm that takes into account 3 factors. And the 3 factors are a woman's age, her level of breast density, which we know in and of itself is an independent risk factor for breast cancer. And it also looks at certain features that are present in that individual woman's mammogram. And in doing that, it develops a score, a risk score that can indicate to a woman if she is at low risk, general risk, moderate risk, or high risk of developing breast cancer in the next year. The algorithm is also able to take into account racial and ethnic backgrounds so that we really are achieving an equitable and inclusive approach to what we call personalized screening. You know, today, mammography is very much an age-based screening paradigm. Every woman who turns 40 goes for an annual mammogram. And what we're really trying to do is evolve that into what we call a risk-adjusted screening paradigm, right? Or that's more individualized and personalized to each woman's individual risk level.
In terms of comparing this to traditional screening, how does this technology actually differ?
Yeah, so, you know, we know that today in the United States alone, approximately 40 million women are screened for breast cancer with mammography each year. And mammography is great in terms of reducing breast cancer mortality, but it actually misses between 20 and 40% of all breast cancers. And most of these breast cancers that get missed are what we call interval breast cancers. And those are cancers that occur in between a woman's annual mammogram. And they can typically be later stage or more aggressive cancers. And so typically today, when a woman goes in for a mammogram, she'll be given a questionnaire and asked about, you know, family history. Does she have a first degree relative with breast cancer and several other questions to determine what we call her lifetime risk of developing breast cancer. But the problem with lifetime risk, number one, it's not very accurate. The lifetime risk models on the market today are between 50 to 60% accurate, and it's also not very actionable. You know, if I'm a woman and I get told that I have a 50% likelihood of developing breast cancer within my lifetime, you know, what will I do with that information, right? So what we're really trying to move towards is a short-term risk cancer assessment process where each woman will understand her unique risk profile, and then she can speak with her clinician about what the implications of that are. If I'm in a higher risk category, perhaps I need to be screened more frequently, or perhaps I need to be screened with other imaging exams such as MRI and ultrasound that are better at detecting subtle cancers, particularly in dense-breasted women.
What's the importance and some of the benefits to this short-term risk estimation?
Yeah, so I think we tend to think of breast cancer as being related to family history, but the reality is that actually 85% of breast cancers occur in women who have no family history. And so most women really don't understand what their breast cancer risk is. So by having a short-term breast cancer risk assessment solution that allows us to segment those women and really understand which women are at higher risk of developing breast cancer, it allows us to take immediate action and for the clinician to figure out what is the best screening paradigm for that woman that is individualized specific to her risk profile. And again, whether that's supplemental screening or more frequent screening, the idea is to get to that breast cancer diagnosis faster when it's in the earlier stages and when it can be more easily treated.
In terms of your plans for rolling this technology out and helping more women, what are they?
Yeah, so we're really excited. We rolled out this technology very recently, and the technology is currently available in the U.S. and Europe in a lot of healthcare facilities, in hospitals and imaging centers. And we really now want to spread the word as fast as we possibly can. We're looking to partner with breast cancer advocacy organizations that are very much focused on advocating for health equity for all women and really empowering women, to demand access to these advanced tools that can both assess their individual risk and also, detect cancer faster and earlier, right? So that these women have a much better chance of survival. And, breast cancer is not a one-size-fits-all disease, right? Yeah. For example, young African-American women have a 40% higher risk of dying from breast cancer. So we really want to make sure that this most advanced technology is available to all women, no matter what geography they live in or what income level they're at, right? Or what access they have to healthcare. And that's really what we're focused on today.
Well, with some of your insight and the data points that you just mentioned there, it looks like this could be, a critical part in helping save lives, that are at risk to breast cancer. Thank you so much for being here. Stacey Stevens, President of iCAD.